These are 5 things that no one is talking about that I wish I knew before I started on my weight loss journey. Hey everybody, it's Allie. I'm on a fantabulous weight loss journey and hopefully you'll come along for the ride. So I have officially been on Mounjaro for 5 months and 26 days, and I wanted to give you kind of my 5 most important things that no one is talking about that I wish I knew before I started this weight loss journey. So I am currently 62.6 pounds down, which is phenomenal. I cannot tell you how happy that makes me. So I've got my list here. Let's get into it. Starting off light with the first one, nobody talks about what you need to do about clothing. Now, I am very fortunate that I work from home, so I'm not having to spend a lot of money on clothing, but you will need to have money set aside so that you can buy clothes at smaller sizes as you lose weight. Nobody really talks about what they do with their clothes that are too big, and you've got a couple of options. You can sell them. There is a buy, sell, trade Facebook group that's great for others who are looking for various sizes. So you can not only sell the clothes that you have, but you can also help somebody else on their weight loss journey. And really, you don't want to invest in a lot of statement pieces or expensive pieces while on your journey, right? Because you don't know where you're going to land. On average, people lose 20 to 25%, specifically with Mounjaro, but there are many, many, many people who lose way more than that. So you don't know where you're going to end up, but you need to have a plan for along the way so that you can either be selling the clothes that are too big for you, or donating them if that's what you choose to do. And then also, spending a reasonable amount on clothes that are not going to last that long, right? Because you're going to lose weight and they're going to be too big. Just recently here for Mother's Day, I found out that I have nothing to wear. So that was fun. I had a couple of really nice shirts that were still left that I could kind of get away with. And, that's not the case anymore. They are just looking huge and baggy. So, going to your local thrift shop is a great option. If you have family or friends that are looking to get rid of their clothes, I have been very lucky to have friends who have, given me some of their clothes that they didn't want, so they're cleaning out their closets. That's a really great way to incorporate some pieces into your wardrobe without having to spend a ton of money. You've got to be in it for the long game. So I know that when people first start out on these medications, that especially if you are in the support groups online, you will see that people have a tendency to drop a lot of weight in the first month. Some of that is going to be water weight. Some of that is going to be inflammation. There are a lot of different factors that go into it. But for those who do lose in the beginning of their journey on these medications, it can be a little bit disheartening to see these huge numbers and think, oh my gosh, am I going to be losing that every month? That's amazing. So no, you're not. Chances are you're going to lose anywhere from half a pound to 2 pounds per week, depending on other health conditions that you have, depending on where you are as far as your calorie deficit goes. If you need help with calculating your calorie deficit, I have a video where I show you how to do that. So there are a lot of factors that go into it. And if you have other health conditions that are actively working against you, you may need to reset your expectations and just remind yourself that this is the long game. You didn't gain all of this weight overnight, and you're not going to lose it overnight. And you're also not going to have these huge numbers like some people do in their first month, consistently over time. So it's important to know that your journey is your own. And if you are constantly comparing yourself to other people, you are going to rob yourself of the joy of your own success. If you focus on yourself, then when you have success, you will be happy about that success. There are a lot of people that make posts and they're like, oh, I only lost 6 pounds this week, or I only lost 10 pounds this week. And they get down on themselves. And I encourage you to remind yourself, before you started this weight loss journey, wherever it is that you started, when was the last time that you lost 10 pounds in a month? When was the last time you lost 6 pounds in a month? If it's 2 pounds in a month, when was the last time you were able to do that on your own, right? Especially if you have other health conditions that are actively working against you, right? It can be very challenging. So take a step back, remind yourself that this didn't happen overnight. You're not going to lose it overnight. And use the time that you are on these medications wisely. Work on your relationship with your food. Learn portion control and accurate portion sizing. Learn to make healthy lifestyle changes, both with your nutrition and with your movement, right? Learn how to navigate different scenarios, because you may not be on this medication forever. And I've explained this in other videos. You know, insurance may pull it. You may not be able to afford it. Whatever the case is, you need to be prepared to just do it on your own should something happen. So do the work from the beginning. Don't wait until you're, 10 pounds from your goal weight. Do the work from the beginning and you'll be so much happier, both along your journey and once you reach your goal. Body dysmorphia is a real thing and you need to take it seriously. So a great example of this is me. I am down 62 pounds. And when I was first starting out on this weight loss journey, I thought to myself, I was like, oh, I'm going to see such a big difference. I'm going to see, when I lose 30 pounds, it's going to be this huge difference. And when I lose 50 pounds, it's going to be this huge difference. I'm going to look so different. And now here I am sitting at 62 pounds lost. And I can feel, both in my body and in my clothing and in my energy level, I can feel that I've lost the weight. But when I look in the mirror, I feel like I look the same. And this is very common, and people don't talk about it as much as they should. And if it's causing you distress, I encourage you to speak to a professional so that they can help you along your weight loss journey. There are many people who lose 100 pounds, 150 pounds, 200 pounds, and they feel like they're in the same body that they were before they lost the weight. Not in how they feel, but how they look at themselves and what they see in the mirror. So it's serious. It's something that you should take seriously. And I encourage you to remind yourself, make sure you take lots of pictures and remind yourself of the progress that you've made. I remember when I had lost 40 pounds, I did my before pictures, right, when I first started, and then I did another round of pictures. And when I looked at the pictures, I was heartbroken. And I'm just being perfectly honest here, so bear with me. I was heartbroken because I felt like I looked exactly the same. I was like, I have done so much work How could I possibly look the same and have lost this much? And then I went and I looked in the support groups, and people were saying, yeah, if you have a higher start weight, this can happen. You'll see it at 50 pounds. 50 pounds. I still don't see it. Now I'm at 62 pounds. And I have to work to remind myself that yes, the hard work is paying off. I feel it in my body, and I do look different because people have noticed, and people, of course, have commented on it. I have to remind myself when I look in the mirror that there is a difference. And even though I'm not seeing it, because what I have in my mind is the way I used to look and how I want to look, right? And I think that it can be jarring to see these before and after pictures where people have lost 150 pounds, because then when we look at the mirror at ourselves when we're halfway through our weight loss journey, we think, oh, I should be seeing a bigger difference. You will get there. I will get there. It's important to remind yourself that there is a difference, that this is just part of the journey that you have to go through, and your mind is going to have to catch up with you along the way. I wish that people talked more about dealing with social situations, whether it's at work on a Friday and somebody brings in a bunch of donuts, or you're at a family event or a family gathering and there's, dessert. Or if you are going out to eat, should you drink alcohol? What should you order? I feel like there's not enough people talking about these things. And my best recommendation for you is make a plan, stick to the plan. I always, whenever I'm going to some sort of family event, I try to figure out what food is going to be served there, what I can bring so that I make sure I have something to eat, and plan ahead. There are many, many times that before I go to a family event, I will go ahead and have a protein shake so that I'm not hungry. And I will bring something like a salad or a veggie tray or something that I know that I can eat. And even if I was to eat a lot of it, it's not going to pain me. It's not going to kill my calories for the day. And it's not going to cause me digestive upset. Because one of the things that I had to learn, and this has been very challenging for me, is I'm working on a healthy lifestyle. And part of that healthy lifestyle is making more conscious health choices when it comes to cooking. So I don't cook with butter anymore. I don't use olive oil that you like pour out. I use a spray. If there's an option to add to something that is incredibly high fat, I look for a substitution. For example, I've mentioned before, let's say you're making a potato soup and it calls for you to cook up a bunch of bacon. I will substitute that for chicken bacon. And if you don't know what chicken bacon is, go chicken bacon, it's bacon, but it's chicken and it's bacon. Everybody loves bacon, but it's better when it's chicken and it's bacon. Chicken bacon. Check out my other videos because chicken bacon is the best. Okay, so while I make those substitutions, I've cut down on salt, right? Like all of these things to help me on my health journey. When you go to somebody else's house, they don't cook like that. They add a stick of butter. They add 20 pounds of cheese. They add the 5 pounds of bacon, right? Instead of 1 tablespoon of mayo, they're adding 5. Like, you don't have to live in fear. That's not what I'm saying. But you do need to be aware that other people are going to be cooking differently from you. So having a plan in place and then executing the plan will help you on your health journey, and it will help you navigate these problematic social situations where there are many elements related to food that are outside of your control, right? So before you go out to eat, like you're going out to eat with everybody, have a plan. Where are you going? Great. Go ahead and look at the menu. Or you can do like I do. It doesn't matter where I go. It doesn't matter what's going on or what event we're at. I'm probably going to get grilled chicken and a salad, or grilled chicken on a salad, or grilled chicken with a side of vegetables, right? That is my go-to. It is safe. I don't have to worry about, did they poach this chicken in 5 pounds of butter, right? I can eat that and it's not going to cause me digestive upset, and again, not going to blow up my calories for the day, but I can still go and be social and have fun and have a good time. So having a plan for navigating these social situations will really help you long term, and also set you up for success long term, so that you continue to make those healthy choices. Every time you make a healthy choice or a healthy substitution, it gets that much easier. It becomes more second nature, right? They say it takes 30 days to break a habit. You can absolutely start making small choices along the way. And then as you go along, it becomes easier and easier. It becomes second nature. And it's really important. And the last thing is not something that I should have to mention, but unfortunately, it's the situation that we're in. You need to have a plan when it comes to shortage. Are you going to go the compounding route? Have you done your research? If not, I have a video all about compounds so that you know what questions to ask, so that you can make sure that you're getting a quality product at a reasonable price while still keeping up with your doctor. Are you going to, switch to another medication? What is covered by your insurance? How much does that cost? Is that available, or is that in shortage, right? Having a plan for dealing with shortage and getting out ahead of it can be very, very helpful if you are somebody like me who got on this medication 6 months ago when we didn't have a shortage, and now we have shortage, and I think we can all agree, it's very painful. So having a plan just in case the shortage affects you will help you to alleviate some of that stress. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't already, consider subscribing. I would love to have you along for the ride. And if you're looking for a positive support group, one where you can ask your questions without fear of judgment or fear of those who have been on the medication for a very long time, who are very jaded to questions, attacking you, right? If you want to avoid all of that, then definitely check out the link in the description box. I've got a link there to my Facebook group. We would love to have you, and we're very positive and supportive because I feel like that's really important. And as always, be kind, rewind.